Hi, welcome once more to Mr. Max. In this lesson, we are going to revise from November 2021 trigonometry section, that is question number 5, 6 and 7. Oh, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Okay, so November 2021 trigonometry section, question number 5, 6 and 7. Let's start question number 5, 5.1 without using a calculator. So without using a calculator, you have to simplify that one. Sine 140, question number 5.1. Sine 140 times sine 360 minus x the whole divided by cos 50 times tan of minus x. So without using calculator, you have to simplify this one. Okay, now how can you simplify this one, guys? 140 is in which quadrant? This is 90, this is 180. So 140 means that's on the second quadrant. Am I right? Okay, second quadrant, how can you write? 180 minus theta or 90 plus theta. Okay, so here sine of this 140, how can you write? 180 minus theta. 180 minus which angle is 140? Yeah, we know that 180 minus 40 is 140 into this one is sine, we can do it together, sine 360 minus x divided by, can you see that before you write this one, you must have an idea. Okay, can you see that here it is cos 50 and here you are going to get the answer in terms of 40. Okay, so this cos 50, how can you write in terms of sine? Cos 50, this one you have to know that this cos 50 is the same as sine of 40. Okay, how do you get this sine of 40? You have to check what is 90 minus 50. What is 90 minus 50? 90 minus 50 is 40. So cos 50 is the same as sine 40. What about cos 20? Cos 20 is the same as what? Sine of, you have to check what is 90 minus 20. 90 minus 20 is 70. So sine of 70, like that. Okay, so this cos 50 is the same as sine 40. So directly you can write cos 50 is the same as sine 40 times tan of minus x. Okay, we can do it later, that one, minus x. Okay, now we can apply reduction formula. So how can we apply reduction formula here? Sine of 180 minus 40. 180 minus 40. 180 minus 40 means second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. Here what? Sine. So it is positive. Okay, listen once more. 180 minus 40 is in which quadrant? Second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. Here what? Sine. So it is positive. Okay, so positive, and if it is based on 180 or 360 horizontal line, no change in the trigonometry. So it is sine itself, sine 40 into 360 minus x. 360 minus x, this is 360. Am I right? 360 minus means that is on the fourth quadrant. 360 minus theta is on the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, what is positive? You have to know that one. Fourth quadrant, cos is positive. So here what? Sine. So it is negative. So here you have to write negative. Then if it is based on 180 or 360, no change in the trigonometry. So what you have to do here, the trigonometry is sine. So here also trigonometry sine, then the angle is x. Listen once more, guys. 360 minus x is in which quadrant? 360 minus, that means fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, what is positive? Cos is positive. Here what? Sine. So it is negative. Okay, then if it is based on 180 or 360, no change in the trigonometry. Here sine, here also sine. Then divided by sine 40 times tan of minus x. So that one many times I explained. Sine of minus x. How can you write? Minus sine x. Cos of minus x. That is positive cos x, not negative cos x. That's the only change. Okay. Otherwise, tan of minus x. That is minus tan x. You have to remember this one. Almost every year, this type of questions, this application is there. Okay. So here you can see that tan of minus x is minus tan x. So here we can write minus tan x. Okay, now sine 40 you can cancel, is it not so? Okay, so here what is remaining? Minus sine x. So here one more thing, minus divided by minus, that is positive. Right, negative by negative is positive, so the answer is positive. Okay, then look at this, how I am going to write sine x, okay, divided by this tan x. I am going to write it as sine x by cos x. Okay, now how can you do this one? Here this tan x is sin x by cos x. You know, in small classes you studied, or here in trigonometry section also many times I told you, if it is something like this, a divided by b by c, then this c you have to multiply with this a. Then how can you write a times c divided by this b? This c you will multiply with this one. So similarly, this cos x, it will go to the numerator and multiply there, divided by sin x. Okay, so like that, here I am going to write, this one is going to be is equal to sin x, this cos x you multiply with the numerator, so it is cos x divided by this denominator. So this sin x and sin x we can cancel. So what is the remaining answer? Cos x. So the answer for the simplified form of this one is cos x. That is question number 5.1. Okay, now let's move to next question, question number 5.2. Okay, let's move to question number 5.2. Question number 5.2. What is that question? Prove the identity minus 2 sine square x plus cos x plus 1 the whole divided by 1 minus cos of 540 minus x is equal to, you have to prove that that one is 2 cos x minus 1. 2 cos x minus 1. This is what you want to prove. Okay, so you have to prove that this left hand side is equal to right hand side. Okay, so how can you prove this one, guys? Look at this one, minus 2 sine square x plus 1. Okay, you know, in double angle cos 2x, what are the double angle formulas? You studied 3 formulas, am I right? One is cos square x minus sine square x. Second one is 2 cos square x minus 1, and the third one is 1 minus 2 sine square x. So look at this one, 1 minus 2 sine square x, is it not that one? 1 minus 2 sine square x. Okay, so this 1 minus 2 sine square x we can write it as cos 2x. So this LHS, I'm going to take the left hand side. This 1 minus 2 sine squared x, I'm going to write it as cos 2x. Then there is a cos x plus cos x divided by 1 minus, what is this one? 540 minus x. 540 minus x, you have to understand that this is 360. Then second rotation, this one is again plus 90, that means 450. 450 plus 90, that is 540. Okay, so this 540 is the same as 180. Am I right? Okay, this 540 is the same as 180. So you have to consider like that. Okay, you have to understand that 540 is the same as 180. So you have to think like that. Cos of 180 minus x. 180 minus 180 minus means second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. Here what? Cos. So it is negative. Okay, listen once more. 540 is the same as 180 because that's the second rotation, same position. Okay, this 90 is the same as 450. Okay, this 360 is the same as 0. Then 360, then that one is the same as 720. Okay, like that. So 540 is the same as 180. So this 540 minus x is the same as 180 minus x. 180 minus means second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. Here what? Cos. So it is negative. Okay, so negative, and if it is based on the horizontal line, okay, no change in the trigonometry. So it is here cos square x. Okay, now what is this one? Cos 2x divided by, I mean not cos square. How do you get cos square? It is cos x, is it not so? Okay, so now that one is next step. This is equal to this cos 2x. Look at the denominator. I'm thinking like that. 1 minus minus is plus. So it is 1 plus cos x. You know, those who have practice, they know that when you get something like this, here we have to factorize something, and we normally cancel that 1 plus cos x, 1 plus cos x. That idea you will get when you are doing too many questions. Okay, so now I have a 1 plus cos x. So if I get a 1 plus cos x here, then I can cancel that 1 plus cos x and 1 plus. If I want to get 1 plus cos x here, I am supposed to factorize this one. Is it not so? Okay, so how, now I'm thinking, how can I factorize that one? Or if I want to factorize that one, I'm supposed to write this one as a quadratic equation. So here look at this one. This is cos x. So there is another expansion for this cos x, that is 2 cos square x minus 1. That is also, we wrote it here. I just erased that one. Okay, so 2 cos squared x minus 1 is also cos 2x. Then plus cos x. So just write it in an order. 2 cos square x. Then let me write this one as cos x. Then minus 1, the whole divided by 1 plus cos x. So if we factorize this one, if the question is correct, definitely one factor is this 1 plus cos x. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do here to make our work easy, look at what I'm going to write here. Let m is equal to cos x. I call m as cos x. So read, how can you read this one? 2 cos square x, that means 2m square plus cos x plus m minus 1. Okay, so I substituted cos x as m. So it is 2 cos squared x, 2m square plus cos x plus m minus 1. So what are the factors of this one? Here it is. Anyway, we know that one factor is going to be m plus 1. So the other one is what? You want the answer as minus 1. Is it correct? Minus 1. Then 2m minus m, that is m. Okay, so that one is fine. So the factors are 2m minus 1 and m plus 1. Okay, those who doesn't know this, how to factorize that one, you have to watch algebra videos. Okay, there I explain clearly, and there are many different methods you can apply to factorize that. Okay, so here 2m minus 1 into m plus 1. So now I'm going to substitute 2m. What is our m? Cos x. So I'm going to substitute back. So 2 cos x minus 1 into m plus 1. M is cos x plus 1 divided by 1 plus cos x. This 1 plus cos x and cos x plus 1 are the same thing. So you can cancel this one. So what is remaining? 2 cos x minus 1. What do you want to prove? Look at the right hand side. 2 cos x minus 1. So we prove that this LHS is equal to RHS. Okay, so that is question number 5.2. Now let's move to the next question number 5.3. Okay, let's move to the next question number 5.3. 5.3, what is that one? Given sine 36 is equal to root of 1 minus p square. So it is given that sine 36 is root of 1 minus p square. Without using a calculator, determine each of the following in terms of p. So they want the answer in terms of p. Okay. So before we start that one, in this type of questions, first of all we have to know what are the x, y and r values. Okay. So here if I write root of 1 minus p square, what is the denominator? Yeah, there is a, it is obvious that the denominator is 1. Okay. Now what is the definition? This is the trigonometry is sine. Okay. What is the definition of sine? What is the definition? Opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side we represented with the y and hypotenuse we represented with the r. Okay. What is the definition of cos? Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Okay, adjacent side we represent with the x, hypotenuse we represent with the r. What is the definition of tan? Opposite side by adjacent side. So you have to know this one, then only you can do this type of question. So here the trigonometry is sine, so you have to know that it is opposite by hypotenuse. So here we can write this is the same as y over hypotenuse. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? It implies that the value of y is root of 1 minus p square and the value of r is 1. So which one is not there now? Yeah, we know y and r, but there is no x. So you have to know what is the value of x. So how can you find the value of x? X, you have to know that formula also. You have to remember, now you are in matrix class. Okay, so you have to know the formula directly without writing much. X, what is the formula? Root of r square minus x you have to find. So r square minus y square, sorry, r square minus y square. That is how you want to find x. Okay, so there also you have to know this thing. If you want to find r, what is the formula? Root of x square plus y square. If you want to find x, root of r square minus x, so here it is minus y square. Y, root of r square minus y, so here it is x square. You have to remember this formula, then it is easy. Okay, so now here we have to find the value of x. So x is equal to root of r square. R is 1, so it is 1 square minus, what is y? Y is this one, y is root of, so root of 1 minus p square the whole square. So square root of, for example, square root of x, what is answer? Square root of x, that is x. Similarly, square root of x the whole square, that is x. Similarly, square root of 1 minus p squared the whole squared is 1 minus, you have to remove that square root. Okay, so this one is x is equal to root of 1 minus, you have to remove this square. When it is squaring, you have to remove the square, so it is 1 minus p square. So expand the bracket, so x is equal to root of 1 minus into 1 is minus 1, minus into minus is plus p square. So this minus 1 and minus 1 you can cancel. So what is x? X is equal to root of p square. So what is that one? Root of p squared is p. Okay, so the value of x is p. Okay, now we have to, so now we know all the values. X is, okay, let me write x is equal to p. So we know x, we know y and we know r. Okay, so let me write it here. I'm going to erase that one. X is p, y is root of 1 minus p square and r is 1. So those are the values x, y and r. Okay, now Mm, okay, so you have to pause the video and write this one before I'm going to erase this. Now let's go to the first question, 5.3.1. What is that question? Tan 36. Oh, it's a simple question. 5.3.1, tan 36. So it's very easy. Here what is angle? 36. Here what is angle? 36. So we can apply the same x, y and r. But here if there is some other number, then don't apply that x, y and r here. Okay. So anyway, what is the definition of tan? Opposite side by, what is the definition of tan? Y over, in terms of y and x, y and r, y over x. Okay, so here what is y? Root of 1 minus p square divided by what is x? P. So the answer for that tan 36 is root of 1 minus p square divided by p. Okay, now next question, 5.3.2. what is that question? Cos of 108. Cos of 108. Cos of 108. How can you find this one? Anyway, don't immediately write, okay, here it is cos, so it is adjacent x over r, then substitute the values. No. Here it is 36. When the angle is 36, these are the values. Okay, but here what is angle? 108. So first of all we have to convert somehow this one into 36. Okay, so here this 108 in which quadrant? This is 90, this is 180. That means 180 is in the second quadrant, isn't it so? So second quadrant, how can you write? Cos of second quadrant, how can you write? 180 minus theta. Okay, so here 180 minus which number is 108? 180 minus, you can check in your calculator, what is 180 minus 108? That is 72, I think so. Yeah, 180 minus 72 is 108. Okay, so now what about this one? 180 minus means which quadrant? Second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. Here what? Cos. So it is negative. Okay, then if it is based on 180 or 360, no change in the trigonometry. So here cos, here also cos. Then the angle is 72. Okay, so listen once more. 180 minus 72 is in the second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. Here what? Cos. So it is negative. Then no change because it is based on the horizontal line. So it is cos 72. Okay, now still we want the answer in terms of 36, is it not so? So here what is angle? 72. How can we convert this 72 into 36? That is what I am thinking now. Okay, so 72 is not the double of 36. Yeah, 36 times 2 is 72. Okay, so they will always make the question like that. Okay, so you don't worry about that. Okay, so here go minus cos of this 72. Look at how I am going to write 2 times 36. Okay, so 72 is cos of 2 times 36. So here what is this is a double angle, is it not so? 2 times 36. If I consider this as theta, so cos of 2 theta. Okay, so here first of all I'm going to write this minus, then this is cos 2 theta. Any formula you can write. So you just want to check which one is easy. Okay, so here either you can take this 2 cos square theta minus 1 or 1 minus 2 sine square theta. Okay, so cos square theta minus sine square theta, that one also you can write, but you have to substitute both the values. But here look at this one, sine 36 you already know, isn't it so? So it is better to apply this formula. Okay, so I'm going to write minus, then this one cos 2 theta I'm going to write like this, 1 minus, let me put it like this, 1 minus 2 sine square theta 2 sine square theta. What is our theta? 36. Our angle is, when it is 2 theta, this theta you are supposed to write here. So in our case it is 36. Okay, so 2 minus 1 minus 2 sine square theta, or theta is 36. So expand the bracket. Minus into 1 is minus 1, minus into plus is plus 2 sine square 36. So now we have to substitute the value of that sine 36. So here this one is going to be, let me write it here, minus 1 plus 2 into this 2 into, what is, this is sine square 36. We know what is sine 36, root of 1 minus p square. Okay, so sine square means root of 1 minus p square the whole square, because sine 36 is that divided by 1, we wrote that one. Okay, so actually it is 1 minus p square, root of 1 minus p square. So that is sine 36. So here sine square 36, so that one square. So when you square a square root, you have to remove that square root. Okay, so this is minus 1 plus 2 into, when you remove this square root, it is 1 minus p square. Okay, so now this is minus 1 plus 2 into 1, you expand the bracket, 2 into 1 is 2, 2 into that one minus 2 p square. So minus 1 plus 2 is 1, 1 minus 2 p square, and that is the answer. So we got the answer in terms of p. Okay, so that is question number 5.3.2. Now let's move to question number 6. Okay, let's do next question, question number 6, 6.1. What is that one? Given cos of alpha minus beta is equal to cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta. It is given like this, or we know that formula. Okay, so using this formula, what is the first question? 6.1.1. Using this formula, use the given identity to derive the formula for cos of alpha plus beta. You have to use this one to derive the formula for cos of alpha plus beta. Okay, so how can we derive this one? So look at how I, it's like a theorem. Okay, so this plus, look at how I am going to write cos of alpha minus beta. Is it not so? Minus into minus is going to be plus. Okay, so I didn't make any change. Okay, so I wrote it as this plus, I wrote it as minus of minus beta. Okay, now this one, this is cos of alpha minus this one, this minus. Okay, then here the only difference is here the beta is, here it is minus beta. That's only different. So we can expand like this. So cos alpha, so this is cos alpha cos beta. So there you must be careful. Cos of our beta is minus beta. This is our beta, minus beta, plus sin alpha. Sin, our alpha is alpha itself, sin beta. There you must be careful. Beta is, our beta is minus beta. Okay, so we expanded using this formula. Okay, now this is cos alpha into cos of minus beta. Last question also I told you, cos of minus theta, that is the same as positive cos theta. Okay, so similarly cos of minus beta is the same as cos of positive beta. Then plus sin alpha, sin of minus beta. So there I told you sin of minus theta, that is minus sin theta. Am I right? Okay, so similarly here this is minus sin beta. So this plus into minus is minus. So it is cos alpha cos beta plus into minus is minus sin alpha into sin beta, and that is the expansion of this cos of alpha plus beta. Okay, so that is question number 6.1.1. Now let's move to question number 6.1.2. Question number 6.1.2. 6.1.2. Simplify completely 2 cos 6x, 2 cos 6x into cos 4x minus cos 10x plus 2 sine square x. You have to simplify that one completely. And how many marks for that question? 5 marks. So it means you have to do something there. So how can you simplify this one, guys? Okay, it's a lengthy step. It's a 5-mark question. So this is equal to, here you can see that there is a 6x and 4x, and here you can see that 10x, and here it is minus. So if I write this 10x as 6x and 4x, then maybe I can cancel because of this minus when I'm expanding the bracket. Okay, so anyway, let's try, then let's see what is coming. Okay, so 2 cos 6x into cos 4x minus, now I'm going to write this cos 10x as a, okay, now you don't want to put a square bracket, next step you can put square bracket. Okay, so now that cos 10, this cos 10x, I'm going to write it like this, cos of 6x plus 4x, okay, then plus this remaining 2 sine square x. Okay, now this one you have to expand. Okay, that is why this is a part of the previous question. This is cos of a plus b, that formula. Okay, so what is that one? Cos of a plus b, what is expansion? Cos a cos b, then plus here, so it is minus sin a, this is sin a sin b. Okay, so this is the expansion of cos of a plus b. So here you can see that this is a plus b. Okay, so we are going to expand that one. So this is equal to 2 cos 6x cos 4x minus, I'm going to expand this one. Okay, this is my a, this is my b. So cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. So cos 6x cos b 4x minus sin a sin 6x sin b sin 4x, then plus 2 sine square x, that is these 2 sine square x. Okay, now expand this bracket. So it is 2 cos 6x into cos 4x, expand the bracket, minus cos 6x into cos 4x, minus into minus is positive, sin 6x into sin 4x plus 2 sine square x. Okay, so here 2 cos 6x cos 4x cos 6x, these two are like terms, am I right? 2, here what is the number? 1. Okay, so it is 2 cos 6x cos 4x minus cos 6x 4. So these two terms is 1. 2 minus 1, it is 1. Okay, so it is cos 6x cos 4x. When you, these two are like terms, so when you subtract 2 minus 1, that is 1. 1 cos 6x cos 4x, then plus sin 6x sin 4x, then plus these 2 sine square x. So here you can see that if I call a as a 6x, okay, I am going to call this 6x as a. So here there is a 6x. I am going to call this 4x as b there. So here this one is b. So let's try to read like that, cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. So what is that one? Cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. So that is cos of a plus b. So this one is going to be, I mean a minus b, sorry, cos A, cos B plus sin A, sin B, that is cos of A minus B. Okay, so it is cos of A minus B. So it is 6x minus 4x. Then the last term, that is plus 2 sine square x. So this one is this cos of the expansion cos of A minus B is this one, then here it is plus. That's the expansion of this one. So that is this one. So we can write it as cos of 6x minus 4x. Okay. So here this is 6x minus 4x is 2x. So it is cos 2x plus 2 sine square x. Okay. Now what is this cos 2x in terms of what is the expansion in terms of sine? This is a double angle, is it not so? Okay. So this is expansion for this one is 1 minus 2 sine square x. There is an expansion for cos 2x like this. Okay. Then plus 2 sine square x. So you can see that this plus and minus you can cancel. So what is the answer? The answer is 1. Okay. So the expansion or the simplified form of that one, or the answer is 1. So that is question number 6.1.2. Now let's move to question number 6.2. Okay. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 7. In the diagram below, the graph of f of x is equal to minus 2 sine x. So there is a graph f of x is minus 2 sine x. This is the equation of the graph given. F of x is equal to minus 2 sine x is drawn for the interval minus 180 to 180. So first let me draw that graph f of x given in the question. Then after that I will explain based on that one. So here you can see that it's written only 90 and 180. Okay, but in between 0 and 90 you can see there are two lines. So you have to understand that that is 30, 60. Am I right? Okay, so you have to take an interval of 30, 60, 90 like that. Okay, so here 0, 30, 60, 90, 120, 150 and 180. Similarly here minus 30. This is the diagram given in the question paper. Okay, now here you can see, look at your question paper. For 90 it is 120. I mean for 90 it is minus 2 and minus 90 it is positive 2. Okay, that's only one given, but between this 90 and 0 you can see there are two lines. So equal interval, that means it is supposed to be 30, 60, 90 like that. That's why I wrote it as 30, 60, 90 like that. Okay. Okay, now what is the first question? 7.1. Question number 7.1. What is that question? On the grid provided in the answer book, draw the graph of g of x is equal to cos of x minus 60. So you have to draw another graph g of x. And what is that g of x? G of x is equal to cos of x minus 60. G of x is equal to cos of x minus 60. You have to draw that graph here. Okay, so it's very easy to draw. What you have to do is you have to take your calculator and type this equation g of x. Doesn't matter g of x or f of x, you just type in your calculator that equation. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to click on mod, then 3 table, then f of x is equal to, there itself you know that is g of x. Okay, so it doesn't matter f of x or g of x. Okay, what do you want to draw? Cos of x minus 60. So type there cos of x, x is alpha, that close bracket, x x minus 60, then close that bracket, g of x is equal to, so there you don't want to type anything g of x because the equation is we are typing f of x as cos of x minus, so it doesn't matter. We know that that is actually g of x. So you just again enter, start from which number? Minus 180. So start minus 180, end is positive 180. So positive 180, Then step means the interval. Here I took the interval as 30. Okay, so step is 30, then equal to, so there you go, minus 180 minus 0.5, minus 0.5 is in between that one, minus 150 minus 8.6 is going down little bit, minus 120 is minus 1, minus 90 again 0.6, minus 60 minus 0.5, minus 30 0, 0, 0.5, 30, 8.6, 61, then 90, 8.6, 120, 0.5, 150, 0, 180 minus 0.5. Now you have to join these points. So this is the graph of our g of x. That is the first question. Draw the graph of g of x is equal to cos of x minus this. So this blue one is the g of x graph. Okay, so that is question number 7.1. Now let's move to question number 7.2. Question number 7.2. What is that question? Write down the period of f of 3x. What is the meaning of f of 3x? You have to find the period of f of 3x. So it means that you know what is f of x. When it is x, here minus 2 sine x. So when it is 3x, instead of this x, you have to write 3x. That's the only difference. Okay. So all the others are the same. So minus 2 sine, then instead of x, when here it was x, here also x. So when here it is 3x, here you are supposed to write 3x. That is f of 3x. Okay. Now what is the question? You have to find the period of this f of 3x. So what is the formula to find the period of a sine graph? Period of a sine graph. So you studied a formula to find period. Period is equal to 360 divided by coefficient of x. So in the case of, do you remember, just a recap, in the case of sine and cos graph, what is the formula to find the period? Period is equal to 360 divided by coefficient of x. Then in the case of tan graph, what is the formula to find the period? Period is equal to 180 divided by coefficient of x. Okay, so here it is sine, so 360 divided by coefficient of x. So now what is that one? 360 divided by coefficient of x. Now what is the coefficient? This is x, so what is the coefficient of x? 3. So it is 360 divided by 3. What is answer? 120 degrees. So it means that the period of the graph f of 3x is 120 degrees. Okay, so listen once more. We know f of x, but question is not to find the period of f of x. Question is to find the period of f of 3x. So what you have to do? The only difference is you have to change this x. F of x is this one. When it is x, here also x. Okay, so f of 3x, what you have to do? Change this x to 3x. Okay, then apply the period formula. Period is equal to 360 divided by coefficient of x. So in this case, what is the coefficient of x? 3. So 360 divided by 3, that is 120. Okay, so that is question number 7.2. Now let's move to question number 7.3. Okay, question number 7.3. What is that question? Use the graph. That means we have to use this graph. Okay, use the graph to determine the values of x. You have to find the values of x. That means these are the x values. Okay, so you have to find the values of x in the interval minus 180 to 180, for which and what is the condition given? F of x minus g of x is equal to 1. So you have to find the values of x where f of x minus g of x is equal to 1 using the graph. Okay, so here look at your graph paper. What is the meaning? Okay, before that, what is the meaning of f of x minus g of x? Here you can see that this black graph is f of x graph. Am I right? This one is f of x graph, and this blue graph is g of x. Okay, then what is the meaning of f of x minus g of x is equal to 1? When you subtract this f of x and g of x, the difference between that graph is 1. Okay, so here you can see that at this point it is 0 minus 0.5. Okay, so the difference between f of x and g of x is 0.5. Okay, so similarly here the difference, you can see that it's a big difference. So here what is the difference when it is minus 120? Here it is minus 1, and if you know what is the corresponding point here, that is a difference, or the distance between these two graphs. Okay, so they want exactly 1. So look at your graph paper, on the question paper. There you can see that when it is minus 30, can you see exactly f of x graph? What is the y value? 1. Okay, so when x is minus 30, what is the difference between that two graphs? When x is minus 30, what is this difference? It is 1 unit, because this one, what is x value? 0. At this point, what is, not x value. At this point, what is the y value? 0. At this point, what is the y value? 1. So what is the difference between these 2 points when x is 30, minus 30? The difference is 1. So it means that f of x minus g of x, this difference is exactly 1 centimeter when x is minus 30. So what is the answer? Answer is x is equal to minus 30. So when x is minus 30, the difference between that two graphs is exactly 1 units. But here you can see that you can check any other points. So this is 1. Okay, so here what is the difference? 0.5. So you can't find any exactly 1 centimeter in any other points, or maybe there is exactly 1, but we can't find that one sharp which point. So the only point from our graph we can understand is when x is minus 30, the difference is 1. Okay, that is question number 7.4. Now let's move to 7.3. Now let's move to 7.4. What is question number 7.4? Write down the range of k. You have to write the range of k. We don't know what is k. We know only f of x and g of x. Okay. Anyway, what is given as k of x? It is given that, what is this k of x? K of x is half g of x plus 1. Half of g of x plus 1. So you have to find the range of k of x. That is the question. Now, what is the meaning of a range? What is the meaning of a range, guys? Range means possible y values. Am I right? Range means possible y value. This is the y value. Okay. Range means possible y values. So here the question is, what is the range of this k of x is equal to half g of x plus 1? Okay. So actually, what is this g of x? This blue graph is our g of x. Am I right? Okay. For that blue graph, what is the minimum value? Here you can see that this point, this is the minimum value, and this point is the maximum value. So minimum y value. What is the meaning of range? Range means possible y values. Okay. So at this point, what is the minimum y value? Minus 1. What is at this point? What is the maximum y value? Or what is the maximum y value at this point? That is positive 1. Okay. So for this g of x graph, the minimum y value is minus 1 and the maximum y value is positive 1. For this g of x graph, the minimum y value is minus 1 and the maximum y value is positive 1, or it lies between minus 1 and positive 1. Okay. So it's easy to find the answer like this. Y is an element of, then half into, we know that for this g of x graph, the minimum y value is -1 and the maximum y value is +1. Then +1. This +1 means actually the graph is shifted 1 units upwards. Okay, so now what you have to do is it's easy to find. Once if you write like this, and it's easy to find. Okay, so what you have to do is you just multiply this one. Okay, my half into -1, half into -1 is -half. Am I right? Half times -1, this is times. Okay, so half times -1 is -half, then +1. Okay, my half times -1, first number, that is -half plus 1. So check in your calculator, what is -half? Maybe you know without calculator. So it is, you can see that in your calculator the answer is half. Okay, so y is an element of half. Now same applies here also. This half into +1, half into -1, half into +1. What is half into +1? Half into +1 is, half into 1 is half. Okay, +1, +1. Okay, half into 1, half, +1. So what is that one? Half plus 1 is, check in your calculator, 3/2. So 3/2. So it means that the range of this k of x is half to 3/2. So y is an element of half closed interval, half to 3/2. Okay, so this -half is the range of g of x, the normal g of x graph. Okay, then since here it is half gx plus 1, so we can write it like this: half into -1 comma 1 plus 1. Then half into -1 is -half plus 1, that is this half. Half into 1, half plus 1, 3/2. So the range of k of x is this one. Okay, so that is question number 7.4, and now let's move to question number 8. Okay, okay, let's move to question number 8. Question number 8. What is that question? In the diagram below, T is a hook on the ceiling of an art gallery. So there we can see the point T, and P, Q, S, R are the same horizontal plane. From, okay, first let me draw that diagram, then based on that one I will explain the remaining things. Okay, okay, I try to draw a rough sketch of the given graph, given diagram. Okay, and here it is given that this angle is x, this is also x, and what is the meaning of these two lines? That two lines are equal. So you know that if these two lines are equal, then the opposite angles are also equal. The opposite angle of this line is x. So what is the opposite of this one? This is also x. Okay, anyway, let's see what is then QSR is 90 plus x, this angle is 90 plus x, this is given as 5, then yeah, angle is x, these two are equal. Okay, so these are the given ones. Based on this one we have to answer the remaining questions. Let's see what is the first question. 8.1. Prove that QS is equal to 5 tan x. You have to prove that QS is equal to 5 tan x. 5 tan x. Where is this QS? This one. You have to prove that that one is equal to 5 tan x. So how can you prove that? Tan x. But here we can't apply Pythagoras theorem, adjacent side by opposite side by adjacent side, because none of this one is exactly 90 degrees. So we can't apply Pythagoras theorem like this, opposite side by adjacent side. You understand? But still they are getting tan. So it means that somehow they got a sine or a expansion or something like that. Okay, anyway, let's see what you want to show. QS. So we have to show this one. So we have to find this side, and we know the opposite side, that is x, and there is one side given 5. So what is the opposite opposite also given 90 plus x. Anyway, let's take that triangle. Which triangle we have to consider? In triangle QRS. QRS. So that's a triangle I'm going to take. Okay. Now in that triangle, I'm going to apply, the side and the opposite angle. Side and the opposite angle. So when it is like that, what you are supposed to take? Now it's a revision lesson, so you have to know these things. You in that video lessons videos, okay, there I explain clearly sine rule, cosine rule, area rule. Okay, so opposite side, opposite angle, side, opposite angle. Okay, so when it is like that, we are supposed to take the sine rule. Okay, so let's try to take the sine rule first, then let's see what is coming. Okay, so this QS divided by sine of opposite angle. What is opposite angle of QS? X. So sine x is equal to QR. We know that. Okay, let's write that one. QR divided by sine of this angle QSR. Next step we can substitute. Okay, sine of QSR. So we have to find QS. So QS divided by sine x is equal to, what is QR? 5 divided by sine of, what is that angle? 90 plus x. 90 plus x. Actually, what is this 90 plus x? Which quadrant is 90 plus x? 90 plus x means second quadrant. Am I right? 90, this is 90. 90 plus x, second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. Here what? Sine. So it is positive. But don't forget that if it is based on 90 or 270 vertical line, you have to change its to its cofunction. What is the cofunction of sine? It is cos. Okay. So next step, QS over sine x is equal to 5 divided by 90 plus x is second quadrant. Second quadrant sine is positive. Here also sine, so it is positive. Okay, but since it is based on this 90 to 70 vertical line, you have to change to its cofunction. What is the cofunction of sine? It is cos. Then you have to write that angle cos x. Cross multiply this one. This sine x you have to multiply with 5. Okay, so QS is equal to, I'm not going to cross multiply this one here. Okay, I just want that one there on the bottom. Okay, so I just took this sine x to and multiply with the numerator. So 5 into sine x divided by this cos x. So what is sine x by cos x? It is tan x. So QS is equal to 5 tan x. So look at this. That is what we want to prove. QS is equal to 5 tan x. Okay. So that is question number 8.1. Now let's move to question number 8.2. Okay, question number 8.2. What is that question? 8.2. Prove that the length of QT is equal to 10 sin x. You have to prove that QT is equal to 10 sin x. 10 into sin x. That is what you want to prove. QT. So what is this one, guys? QS we got as previous question 5 tan x. So let me write this one here, 5 tan x. Now we know that this one is 5 tan x. Okay, we have to prove that QT is equal to this one. This is QT, this side is equal to 10 sin x. Okay, how can we prove that one? Okay, let me erase that one. We don't want that one here in this question. Okay, you have to prove that this length QT is 10 sin x. That is what you want to prove. Okay, so now how can we prove that one? Look at this one. This side and this side are equal. So opposite, if two sides are equal in a triangle, if two sides are equal, then the opposite angles are also equal. So what is the opposite angle of this side? It is x. So what is the opposite angle of this side? That one is also x. Am I right? Okay. So it means that let me call QTX. Okay. In triangle QTS, angle QTS is equal to x. What is the reason? Opposite angles of equal sides. Okay, it's not compulsory you have to write the reason, but anyway just write in case if 1 mark is allocated for that reason, then it's better to write that one. Okay, so this angle is also x. So now tell me, what about this angle? In that triangle QTS, sum of the angles here is 180, am I right? Okay, so therefore which angle is that? TSQ. So therefore angle TSQ is equal to 180 minus sum of the angle in a triangle, okay, minus what is other two angles, x plus x. So it means that angle is 180 minus 2x. So it means this angle is 180 minus 2x. Okay. Now we have to find this side. So yeah, so here also you can see that we can apply sine rule, because this one we have to find the opposite angle. We know this is the opposite angle. We know this one. Do you remember previous question? We already proved that one, 5 tan x. So this side we know that it is 5 tan x. Previous question we already proved that one. Okay, so what is the opposite angle of this side, 5 tan x? That is x. So I'm going to apply sine rule there. Okay, so again, so let's stop this one there. Okay, now apply sine rule. QT over this side over opposite angle. What is opposite angle? That 180 minus 2x. Sine of 180 minus 2x is equal to QS divided by what is angle? Sine x. At the same time we know that QS is 5 tan x. So next step, okay, let's write one more step, then we can cross multiply. QT divided by 180 minus 2x. 180 minus means which quadrant is that? This is 180. 180 minus means second quadrant. Second quadrant, what is positive? Sine is positive. Here what? Here also sine. So it is positive. Okay, and there is no change in the trigonometry because it is based on horizontal line 180. Okay, so here sine, here also sine, then 2x is equal to QS. We know that QS is 5 tan x. So substitute that one, 5 tan x, that is from the previous question. Okay, divided by sine x. Now cross multiply this one. This sine 2x, it will go here and multiply there. Okay, so that one is QT is equal to 5 tan. Actually, what is this tan x? Sin x by cos x, is it not so? Okay, so let me write in this step itself. We know that tan x is sin x by cos x. So sin x by cos x into, we are cross multiplying this sin 2x to the numerator. So that sin 2x will come here. The whole divided by, there is a sin x. Okay, so you have to pause this video and write this one. Now I'm erasing this top part. So what is that one, guys? Here this cos x will come to the numerator. Am I right? This cos x we can multiply here with the numerator. Many times I explain when it is something like this, a by b divided by c. What is answer? A divided by, you can multiply this B and C, that is B times C. Similarly, A by B by C, so this B and C we can multiply. Okay, so now QT is equal to 5 sin x, 5 into sin x into sin 2x. Is it not a double angle, that one? Yeah, what is the expansion of sin 2x? 2 sin x cos x. So expand this one. So that is 2 sin x cos x. That is a formula that you have to by heart. Okay, double angle sin 2x is 2 sin x cos x. The whole divided by, I told you this cos x you can multiply with this sin x. So it is sin x cos x. So what you can cancel? This sin x and this sin x cancel. This cos x and this cos x cancel. So QT is equal to, what is remaining? 5 times 2 is 10. Then there is a sin x remaining. Yeah, that is what we want to prove. Look at this, QT is equal to 10 sin x. So we proved, that's all. Okay. Yeah, so that is question number 8.2. Now let's move to 8.3. Question number 8.3. Okay, question number 8.3. What is 8.3? Calculate the area of triangle TQR. You have to find the area of TQR. Which one is TQR? The big one. T outer one. TQR. You have to find the area of that one. So what is the area formula in trigonometry? Half AB sine capital C. Okay, so half AB sine capital C. Okay, that is the area formula. So this A and B are, for example, this is, let's say this is A, this is B, this is C. So this side is B, this side is C, and this side is A. So here you can see that if I take this side A and this side B, then I am supposed to take that inclined angle. That is must. Okay, so if I take these two sides, then I am supposed to take that angle. If I take these two sides, then I am supposed to take this angle. Okay, so it depends on which two sides you are taking. Okay, so here look at this one. We already got an expression for QT, that is 10 sin x. Do you remember that one? 10 sin x. We got an expression for that one. Okay, and we have to, in this question, we have to find the area of that, the whole big triangle, this one. We have to find the area of that one. Okay, so look at this one. This side we know 10 sin x. This side it is given as is 5. Okay, and this angle, look at that question, TQR, angle TQR is equal to 70 degrees. TQR, it is given that this angle is 70 degrees. So which two sides you are supposed to take? Of course this side and this side. Okay, so now you have to find the area. Am I right? So we can write the area formula. Area is equal to half into TQ into QR into sine of TQR. TQR, that angle, sine of TQR, and we know that TQR is, it is given in the question that it is 70 degrees. Okay, and also look at the question once more. X is equal to 25 degrees, that is also given. Okay, let's see where we can write that one. So area A is equal to half into TQ. What is TQ? It is given that TQ, or we already proved that TQ is 10 sin x. Okay, so let's write TQ is 10 sin x. That is the previous question, 8.2. Okay, so that is 10 sin x times QR. This one QR, it is given as 5. So times 5 times sine of TQR. It is given in the question that that is 70 degrees. So that is 70 degrees. So we know what is x. What is x? 25 degrees. It is given here, 25 degrees. Okay, so let's write that one once more. A is equal to half into 10 into sine x is 25 into 5 into sine of 70 degrees. So take your calculator, try to find the answer for that one. That is half into 10 into sine 25 times 5 times sine 70 9.93. so 9.93. so the area of unit square. Okay, so area of that triangle is 9.93. so that is question number 8.4. and is there any other question? No, that's the last question. So that is question number 8.3, sorry, not 8.4, 8.3, and that's the last question. Okay, so guys, that's the end of November 2021 trigonometry section. I hope you understand clearly. Thank you for watching. Keep on watching, practice maximum number of questions, and see you on the next lesson.